Welcome to my final Sherlock Series 4 review, and this is for the final problem. Now, last week, or the last 2 weeks, we've had Sherlock Series 4 start with the Six Thatchers and the Lying Detective. Now, as you know, with Sherlock, they're very short series, but that's because they're about an hour and a half each episode. So we only have 3 episodes a season. But here we are, the season finale, and it could be the final episode of Sherlock. We don't know. There are things that have been, it could be left open from an ending which could happily be the ending, because it seemed like a very endy end, but it also seemed like it was open for more adventures, so it's up to people whether they do a 5th series. So, the final problem. You may know that I was very impressed last week with the Lying Detective. This was an episode which had a very shocking twist at the end, and this week we get to investigate more about Euros, and she's a very evil villain. I mean, Sherlock almost has to choose between killing John or Mycroft, but obviously it doesn't come to that. It's a very tense final. But what I must say is it didn't impress me as much as last week's. This episode was heavily complicated, and it was too clever for its own good, I'm afraid to say. Stephen Moffat does deliver us with some great scripts with Sherlock. And, this episode is co-written by Mark Gatiss as well. I mean, it's not the perfect finale for the series, not by any means, because it is very clever, and it does feel like it's gone away from its premise of being about Sherlock and John solving cases. It sort of has gone off, and this episode felt more like Doctor Who at points. It felt like Stephen Moffat was writing for Doctor Who instead. Doesn't mean it's not a good episode. It's just I didn't get what was going on at most of it. Because it was sort of a bit of a letdown. And that was mainly with the whole Moriarty thing, which, we've been led to think of this whole twist thing for the last 7 episodes or something. And now he's actually back, but he isn't really, because they made us think he was, but it was really a flashback scene. Well done. Tricked us. But anyway, interesting finale here. Benedict Cumberbatch on top form, as always, as well as the other members of the cast. There were a few characters that were underused in this. Miss Hudson, played by Una Stubbs, who had actually a really brilliant role and a very different role in The Lying Detective, was sort of underused, and I think we only saw her in 1, if not 2 scenes this episode. And the same with Lestrade as well, which we didn't see him much. I mean, he is a sort of more of a secondary character, but he has appeared in every episode. But here we see how Euros plays with Sherlock, how his childhood and the twist about his childhood dog, and who that really was. But I I think there were some great characters in this. I mean, it was really a threesome, mainly, in this, with Sherlock, John and Mycroft, as they were the ones, you know, trying to solve the whole final problem thing. But the girl on the plane thing, I did find was a little bit wasted at the end, and that was one of the main things which I was thinking, what the hell is going on? So Sherlock. It was a good season, this one, series 4. You know, the Sixth Act just started off the series on an alright note. It wasn't the best opener, but it was okay. Lie Detective, brilliant. And then we had another episode which was a bit of a letdown to last week's shocking cliffhanger, but we did see quite a good finale. And there were some good effects, and some bits of good writing and character pieces and everything, particularly in here with Sherlock and Molly. So that's it for Sherlock, probably. We may get a series 5, we may get specials, who knows, but that was 13 episodes that we've got now. Do you think we should get a series 5? Let us know in the comments below. What you could also let us know is what you thought of series 4, or what you thought of the final problem. So I hope you enjoyed my Sherlock reviews, and I hope you enjoyed this series of Sherlock. Hopefully it will be back for another series, but it will probably be about 3 or 4 years until we get it. So, you know, we've got a little while to wait until probably I'll be doing more reviews like this, you know. Maybe I'll do movie reviews or something one time, or Doctor Who classic reviews. Obviously Doctor Who Series 10 is coming in the spring, so we're all excited for that. You can tune into our podcast every Saturday called Doctor Who Time and Space, and that's on the Missless Moon YouTube, as well as Figure Adventures, Behind the Sofa, reviews, audios, much more. Thank you for joining me today. It's goodbye from me, Lewis Moon. Have a good day.